Hello, my name is Tyler, and today I'll be showing you a tutorial on Photoshop CS6. And what I'll be showing you is how to make a picture like this one using brushes and bitmap images and some vectoring images. And first, what you're going to want to do is open up a new Photoshop document and size it to whatever size you want it to be, and change the background color to black. That way it makes it easier to see what we're doing. And then make a new layer, and then just paint a simple white line with your brush, and then go down to effects and go to inner glow. And what you're going to want to do is change this to a nice bright orange, because this will be the inner part of the fire, because most fire is orange, as we know. And then you're going to want to make it an orange, put it on hard light, the blend mode, change the opacity to 100%, and change the size to 10. And then you're going to want to go down to outer glow, change the color to red, just a nice bright red, and then change the blend mode to hard light again, change the opacity to 100%, change the size to 10 again, and then just click OK. And then you want to delete this. Just delete all of the brush that we just did. But don't delete the layer, because we're going to want to save these effects. That way we can actually make the body of the guy or whatever image you're wanting to put the fiery effect on. And then to get the brush of the guy, we're actually not going to be using an actual image, we're going to be making a brush. And what I did was I just took this picture of this guy and cut out around it, and cut out his hands and his feet and his head, which got me to this. And to make the brush, what you want to do is select the rectangular marquee tool, or just hit M, and just make a box around it, and then go up to edit and hit define brush pattern. And what this does is it just makes a brush of the image that we just cut out, or what you just selected. And then we go back to our document, and then go back to our brush, scroll all the way down, and then it'll be at the bottom because that's the last brush that we made or loaded. And then you just put it on there. And because of those effects that we had earlier, it's going to keep those effects and just leave it like that. And then you're going to want to command and click on the layer, and then go down here and add a layer mask, and that will really bring out the colors that we just put in and just make it look a lot nicer. Oops. And then to make the little fiery effects around him, what I did was I just downloaded a couple fiery brushes, which you can find these anywhere on the internet. It's really not too hard to find them. And then, even though most of them are sized up really big, you just want to size it down a little bit. And then it's a lot easier to start up a new layer for your brushes alone, because then you can control the brushes alone, or you can use the same layer as what we just did. That way your little fiery effects will have the same little the same effect that the guy does. And then what you do is you just choose kind of like a red or an orange, which I'm going to use orange here because I think that will really show up better. And then you can just take a little brush and just do little tiny wisps around it. And you don't want to use the whole brush, because most brushes that you find will look really awkward if you use the full thing. So you can just keep on changing brushes and use different ones, which will make it so that it doesn't look like it's the same thing throughout the entire picture. And then you can just keep on going around and do this to all the sides or just however much you want, and it'll give a nice little fire effect around him. It'll look like he's really on fire. And again, if you use the whole brush, it just doesn't look correct. So it's a lot easier just to keep on switching brushes like I'm doing here. Or you can even just use a simple brush like it's already in Photoshop. Like you don't have to download your own because it's really easy just to do that. And then now to put the fire on his hands, what I did was I just found a really simple image of fire on the internet like this. And then you just click and drag it in and resize it to however big you want. And then you're going to want to angle it, but you just have to go up here and just type in the angle. And then you just click OK and confirm the whole image. And then you can go up here and continue to change it however you want. And then to really make it look better, what I did was I went to the original image of the brush that we put in, and I would just delete just a tiny little bit around his, not around his sleeves, but around his, just like right there. And that way it really looks more natural rather than just having just random fire coming out of his sleeves. And then for the feet, it's really easy to find some images of some burning trees, and those look a lot more like feet than just regular fire because they have a defined shape to them. Then we just resize it like we did earlier and then confirm it. And you're always going to want to have it below your main, like the body of the person or the image, because they don't want to be overlapping. And then since I didn't redo the angle whenever I first put it in there, you just have to hit Command T and then you get the same options as whenever you first put it in. Then you just fit it to wherever you want it to go. And then once again, I would go up here, find this, and just delete right around there. That way it looks like it flows a lot better. And I hope that this tutorial really helped show you guys an easy way to do some really cool fire effects, because it's not as hard as people think, and it just gives you a really nice effect.